My name is Harry, I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Right, today is January 20th, 2024. It is 5:37 a.m. This is video number 3. The first 2 videos are in different channels. The first one was our part of Pure Service. The second one, PYTE. The third one is here. Alright, so what will I be focusing on here? Is this one. Oh, let's minimize it. Alright, so it's only 4 tweets that seems to be related to Kate. All right, so I decided to put it on here, and one of them is a long thread. So let's get started. All right, so this is my back end. 3,715 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. And my analytic, there's that here. My revenue is going down. You could look at all of previous videos of this month. Now it's $178.97. Okay, so that's that. Let's go on Twitter. I don't know, are they trying to discourage me or something? I don't know. Next tweet. So that's this here. This is a long thread. I shared it with you on my community board already, so you should probably have seen it. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I've repeatedly tweeted there is a reason to be concerned about Princess Kate and King Charles, and Prince William are known to be hot-tempered. Prince William has already shown that he lashes out under pressure, and since Harry and Meghan's eviction at royal family has truly been under pressure. Okay, so one of 2. Kate must have been under tremendous increased pressure in the last years. She is dependent on 2 choleric men, Charles and William. William has even shown that he loses control under pressure and lashes out, and under pressure they are. Okay, we've seen William, for instance, since his mother's alive. He was a little boy, walk into a room, you know, throw punches between Princess Diana's leg. Right, the Netflix documentary Spare, Byline Times, and Omid's Kobe Endgame have revealed her symbiotic relationship with the press, and that they were the one who instigate the negative coverage against Harry and Meghan. Hashtags like King Charles the Cruel, Bulliam, and William is a Bully have gained popularity. In December 2023, Harry won a significant court victory against the Mirror Group, exposing widespread phone hacking until 2011. The court also found that Piers Morgan, then editor of the Mirror and one of Harry and Meghan's big haters and a friend of the royal family, must have known about it and turned a blind eye on it. Harry has earned praise for doing what Levison too should have done, because the royal family is considered to live in symbiotic relationship with the press. Harry's victory also put the royal family on the long side. Kate herself was also under significant pressure when it became known that 1. It was not the assertive black woman Meghan who made the English rose Kate cry, but rather the opposite, and Kate left Meghan standing. It was Kate who expressed concern about the skin color of Harry's children.
I will never believe it, but now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Okay, by forcing out Harry and Meghan, this is a thing I cannot, you know, when she married into the royal family, Harry literally, as a prince, blood prince, took her in, fixing her veil or whatever, that thing, when she was getting married, and he welcomed her, but instead she backstabbed him. Okay, instead of, or you know, inviting Meghan in and be more welcoming, you know, this, I will never forget that. Okay, by forcing out Harry and Meghan, the royal family has created significant competition for itself. This has become particularly evident in the past year. Harry's biography, Spare, became the fastest-selling non-fiction book of all time. Meghan's podcast, Archewell, reached #1 in 49 countries, and their Netflix documentary became the most-watched non-fiction series in Netflix history. Harry's interview with Anderson Cooper for 60 Minutes ranked 40th among the most-watched US TV shown in 2023. In front of it, only sporting events, the Oscars and Grammys were placed. Despite losing all royal patronages, Harry continues to actively support his charity organizations such as Invictus Games, Centre Bally, and Wellchild. In 2023, he became the board member of African Parks and the global ambassador of Scottish Little Soldiers. Additionally, he founded a new organization called Travelers and took on the role of Chief Impact Manager at the rapidly growing company Better Up. Harry is also sought after speaker, delivering a speech at the UN about Nelson Mandela, opened the Naval SEAL Foundation's Warrior Fitness Program, West Coast facility. All these that they mention here, some of it, not all, are on my other channel. Was it? Probably here. The Anderson Cooper, this is where YouTube shut my PYTE channel. I had a video there. I did a review of it. They shut my channel because of that. All right, it had some other issues before, but this one they demonetize it. That when okay, let me rephrase it. When I upload the video where Harry was being interviewed by Anderson Cooper, all right, I didn't even make it public yet. I scheduled it before I could even share it with you. They demonetized my channel. Okay, so because of that video. Okay, and there was a warning on the channel, and then that video pretty much make them demonetize it. So let's continue. Okay, Harry is also sought after speaker, delivering speech at the UN about Nelson Mandela. This is on PYTE. Opened the Naval SEAL Foundation Warriors Fitness Program, that's on this channel, West Coast facility in San Diego, and made his comedy debut at the 17th annual Stand Up for the Hero benefit. Meghan is considered the most sought after speaker in the world. Both Harry and Meghan were listed on the Time 100 list in 2018 and again in 2021. In 2023, they secured the 3rd and 4th positions in the Time 100 Readers Poll. They received several awards, including the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Award, Ripple of Hope Award. Okay, so this, I believe, was it this channel? Could be. And the NAACP Image Award, that's on PYTE. Meghan particularly received the Woman of Vision Award from the most prominent feminist icon, Gloria Steinem, and Gracie Award for her podcast. Okay, so that's when they had the chase. And recently it was announced that Harry will be appointed as the legend of aviation. Despite the British press continue to spread the narrative that Harry and Meghan have failed in America, are irrelevant and unpopular, in reality the royal family in America has become a formidable competitor to the royal family. Okay, in reality the royal family in America has become a formidable competitor to the royal family, standing for values such as equality, diversity, empowerment, representation, love, accomplishment, affection, truth, and the ideal of Generation Y and Z. In contrast, the royal family increasingly represent a class system, colonialism, racism, corruption, boredom, jealousy, lies, brutality, and moral decay. Since Harry and Meghan's departure, further scandals including cash in plastic bags and honor for money have shaken the House of Windsor. What was it? When the police did the investigation, what did they find? They didn't see anything, or they dropped the case. I have a screenshot that talk about that. Okay, this not only puts immense pressure on Charles and William, who are likely to react uncomfortably, but also on Kate. The royal family emphasizes their star qualities and expect her to retrieve the chestnuts from the fire for them. However, she cannot. Okay, so she continue. Oh my God. There's a lot. All right, so let's see here. She cannot meet this expectation because she lacks the personality and charisma that Harry and Meghan possess. On the contrary, she struggled to speak in front of people and is often marked as Mrs. Mumble. Oh my God, it's not funny. Public speaking is very daunting. It's very scary. But based on Princess Diana, this is what I was saying on my other channel. There's a blueprint Princess Diana left. It's like every places that she went is like she was leaving information for her kids. It's like when she went to Northwestern, there's Meghan who came out from there, and Harry was able to, you know, without, I don't think he planned it out. It just happened. Okay, and we could see the connection between Diana and whatever is happening now. And then there's Princess Diana. She had issues with public speaking. There she is. She hired someone to help her.
11 years after her marriage, Princess Diana was determined to recreate herself. These speech lessons and her intense reflection on her difficult past were guiding her toward the breakthrough that would help her speak to the world. When she was finally able to do that, she didn't just change her image, she changed history. In that first conversation in the fall of 1992, Peter Sedlin had been drawing Diana out, listening as she narrated her own life story, the people and events that she thought had led to the edge of a precipice. Now it was up to Sedlin to help Diana create a new version of herself, the princess as mover and shaker, a well-spoken, independent woman using her fame to change the world.
She really, really wanted to deliver speeches better. I mean, it really mattered to her, especially at the beginning.
But Sedlin had his work cut out for him, as these early practice tapes show.
Attempts to understand the origins of addiction.
Yes. Keep going. Now.
The other one could easily do that. But whatever. Who am I to say? All right, let's continue. William and Kate face growing criticism for their perceived lack of work. Hashtag like Workshy Willie and Princess Dolittle have emerged as a consequence. Okay, it is also criticized that they only engage in photo opportunities. They are even accused of being poverty tourists. What? Poverty tourists? What is that? In January 2023, they visit a food bank empty-handed, but with several photographers, film and PR people. What they later published about it contained no information about the food bank, particularly no information about where the public could donate. This is the thing here. This wasn't the first time, and I don't follow them, but I remember the picture they took with the food truck or something like that, but I didn't know all of this happened. Oh my goodness, I don't follow them, so I would not know. So there's all of the information coming right in front of me now. Okay, this wasn't the first time and is in stark contrast to what Harry and Meghan understand by charity. That is cookbook, hub community kitchen, fashion collection for smart work, playground for Uvalde. Okay, playground for Uvalde, etc. William is again, okay, I've said this so many times. They love to copy, they love photo app. It's very easy. All they had to do, look, they're doing it already, but it's just their focus is completely wacko. They could easily copy what Harry and Meghan are doing based on charitable work. Okay, so there's Harry and Meghan doing the Uvalde, the food kit, the cookbook, or whatever. They could easily do something similar and get praise for it, but they focus on the wrong thing. Okay, so people don't want to applaud stupidity. All right, so let's continue. William is criticized for overestimating himself and not delivering on promises, such as aspiring to become world leader, making peace in the Middle East. The squad make fun of that. And the Middle East, his life mission, and ending homelessness. It seems like to him, William, the minute the thing come out of his mouth, it's like it's poof, it's supposed to happen. He doesn't know there's work that needs to be taken behind it. Okay, so when Harry, for instance, for Invictus, there's one thing that Meghan said, the Netherlands Invictus, when she was introducing Harry to the stage. Okay, where she said Harry spent many months and nights, okay, doing all the background. Let me just put it, okay? I was just paraphrasing, but I think I miss paraphrasing as well. There it is here. This is the quote here, the clip.
Distinguished honor to introduce someone that I think you'll all be very excited to hear from. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you.
This is what it takes to make something very successful. Don't just think it and expect it to happen. There's work that goes behind these things, even if you hire people to do it for you. But if you have a vision, okay, you need to look over the people who's doing the work to see if they're doing it based onto your liking, if it match your vision. But I don't think there's no passion behind it, so I'm just wasting my time talking here. So let's continue. All in all he needed to do was to copy what Harry and Meghan are doing. But instead, they focus on the car, they focus on the clothes, they focus on the hair, they focus on all the silly thing, material thing, like Meghan said in one of the AOL interview. You know, she could focus on all of this, but instead she rather focus on the other things. All right, let me put that clip here.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, you know? Like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like that is all very new. And so to be able to show like, you want that, you could totally have that and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people. Well, you know, I feel a really big responsibility. Like if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really, truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure. We can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about women's rights. Women's rights and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
All right, so let's continue. The major project of William and Kate showed little success. The major project through which William aimed to make his mark on the world stage is the Earthshot Prize. However, despite investing over £8 million in PR effort, you see, this is what I'm saying, focusing on the wrong thing. Sometimes you don't even, okay, perfect example. Look at the Clever Blend. Okay, they just did a small little cameo, probably could easily be on their cell phone. Okay, and there's Meghan being in the background doing their thing and whatever, and then they put it out on social media.
This is how a small business went from this to this. My name's Hannah, co-founder and CEO of a self-care brand called Clever. Do
you know how many companies will die to have that kind of publicity? Okay, so there's this guy who's spending millions just talking shit. You know, is like overselling himself. That's all. Yes, I think I got the right word. Overselling himself, but he cannot deliver. That money could have easily goes on into any of the charities. With that all on, if he does the right, you know, give money to charities, go over there and do things, the people who's receiving it will have easily publicized for him for free. But he's not doing anything good, so people don't need to talk about him. But anyway, so there's that here. Despite investing over £8 million in PR efforts, the prize has received little attention. I think I mentioned that when it happened, either PYTE or this one, because when he did that thing in Boston, and I believe it was PBS or NPR who was showing it, and when I started talking about it, what was it? Some squaddies who saw it said, oh, there's only maybe 2 digits of people viewing it. And then once I saw that tweet, later on, another updated of that tweet said it increased or something like that. So they buy their bots too. It's just their focus is completely off. They're thinking of the material aspect, the facade, but they don't think of the substance, what's really behind it. Alright, so there's that. Here, the prize has received little attention. After the royal family suspect that Harry was trapped in a cult of psychotherapy, the Heads Together project, which was once successfully set up with Harry, has become non-credible. Okay, I mentioned that about it. Is that one where they had to call? Where people call to get information? Not to get information, to talk about, is it Heads Up? Which one did she say here? No, Heads Together. I was thinking. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, I can find what I'm looking for, maybe when I'm editing. Alright, so there was a charity that they had where people will call in to talk about their problem for mental health or whatever. But once Harry left, there was issue with that particular charity where for some reason it went for a for-profit place, and people were upset about it. Alright, but let's continue. William and Kate's Foundation raises little money but spent large sums on Kate's Shipping Us project, which doesn't go much beyond the commonplace that a child's first year are important. The baby brain thing. The coronation itself has proven controversial, with a significant portion of the population finding the medieval ceremony outdated. The approximately £3 million cost was deemed inappropriate during a cost of living crisis where 20% of the population lives below the poverty line, and hunger and cold. These are some issues that I've raised, okay, are prevalent in the UK. The approval rating of the monarchy plumbing and dropped below 50% for the first time in January 2024, down from over 70% before Queen Elizabeth's death. This sentiment is no longer limited to those under 25, but extend now to all ages cohorts under 55, especially those under 25 and people of color who previously identified to the monarchy are now opponents after Harry and Meghan had been treated so badly. Friction between King Charles and William are becoming more and more apparent. Shortly after the coronation, William declared his intention to modernize his coronation significantly, different from his father's approach. In Singapore, he gave an interview expressing his desire for projects with operational impact, seemingly in contrast to his father's life work. I mean, this is just talk. What has he done since then? Notably, Charles has achieved success with his Prince Trust, while William has not yet accomplished a similar feat. The father, on the other hand, shunned the feud when William and Kate were photographed in the Caribbean, he in a white uniform and she in a white dress in a colonial-era Land Rover, and the press referred to them as Mr. and Mrs. Colonizer. Both Charles and William only think about their own image, but not about the success of the monarchy. This is the thing, and therefore often work against each other. This is the thing. The Queen, when she took, when she made her declaration, she will look at, when she was in South Africa. Let me put that clip here.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong. Okay.
I think all of her intention was for the monarchy, her action for the monarchy. Even before she died, the Jubilee, when she allowed Harry and Meghan made the procession.
It's interesting, I think. They have certainly been given a bit of a procession on their own, and that is, I think that's interesting. I think that's something Her Majesty the Queen will have probably had a hand in. They haven't just walked in with other members of the royal family, they have had a moment to process.
Because all these things are choreographed carefully, aren't they, in that way? And
as someone close to the Queen said very recently, nothing happens by chance.
She was trying to leave Charles in a path where this is where you should be, at least pretend. Okay, you don't have to like Harry and Meghan. Well, I don't know how you feel about anything. The word pretend. embrace them so the people could like it. So it seemed like he didn't take any notice. So they focused on that thing. Since Brexit, the country had a direction, and then they forced him, I don't know, I'm assuming they forced him to focus on that direction of the Brexit. So now the country is suffering for it. Okay. Rumors have also surfaced suggesting that William and Kate's marriage has failed, and they have been living in separate households for some time. Kate with the children and Adele House, and William and Kensington Palace. Speculation further includes allegation of William having an affair for several years. Diana had created a network that support and stabilize her. She established a circle of advisors and had James Hewitt as a lover. In contrast, Kate seems to only have her parents, who, due to their business bankruptcy,
as well as supplying drugs, bald-headed Goldsmith brags of his connections with royalty. He even claims Prince William will soon be a guest at his home, the home he has crudely named Maison de Bang Bang.
Now have their own problems, given that they play a role in pushing Kate into this marriage. They may also not be inclined to empathize with how difficult everything has become for her. Wow. Wow. That's a very nice thread. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, inside within the royal family have been divulging a lot of controversial information lately, and now a staff member has come forward with some truly shocking allegation. This person claimed that Kate Middleton has been subjected to emotional and verbal abuse by her husband, Prince William. This revelation has caused quite a stir among royal watchers and the public alike. What is it? In one video on this channel, the US was reporting on Kate's health and Charles' health as well. I don't think they took Kate's thing seriously. They didn't believe what was going on. Alright, this revelation has caused quite a stir among royal watchers and the public alike. The staff member, who has chosen to remain anonymous, has been working closely with the royal family and therefore has first-hand knowledge of the situation. According to the source, the alleged mistreatment has taken a toll on Kate Middleton's mental health, leaving her struggling to cope with the constant pressure of her royal duties and the challenges of maintaining a harmonious marriage. The thing, when she's doing her speech, you could see there are some fear in her. And in one video, I think I held my thought back on this, and I was like, they're pushing her to do things she's not about, but they want her to do some extraordinary thing because of Meghan, because they want her to compete with Meghan.
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and
Oh,
William?
yes, I do. I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
But I don't think she's for that. But they're putting a lot of pressure on her. So you could see the fear in that. And she doesn't know anything beyond, I don't know. I don't know. Alright. I just found out that this was published in the Spanish newspaper. Nobody in the UK dared to do that. Okay, so what is that now? Oh my lord. Okay, so there's that here. Kate's really been through the ringer lately, the source shared. The way William treats her is just awful. I mean, that's given. What was it? I call it the chap moment. Let me look for it. So yeah, it was going around this week, the chap moment. This is when they went to the wedding in the Middle East. There's Kate talking to the bride, okay, and look at the line in the back. So look at that William. This, everybody, he knows there's cameras, there's people around, but look how he tried to tell her to let's move, instead of going to her ear and apologize to lady and said, look, there's a long line, I don't want to keep you waiting too long. But look at him. Watch. Chop. Look at this. And the bride looked, you see? Very disrespectful right there. The bride, okay? Very disrespectful. He could have easily excused the bride and said, I could see you have a long line, okay? Let's, cut the conversation short. But instead doing this, it shows that you don't even want to be here. Very disrespectful. All right, so let's go back to this here. The way William treats her is just awful, and it's been really hard on her. She's such a strong person, but even she has her breaking point. Okay, okay. To tell you the truth, I don't feel sorry for her, but I don't wish any woman go through that. But the thing is that when Meghan was going through it, nobody paid a damn attention to Meghan. But instead, they make fun of it. You have the whole freaking country, media, you know, blaming her on her mental health. Okay, these allegations are incredibly concerning, especially given Kate Middleton's well-known work ethic and dedication to her royal duties. Really?
Thank you. Nice to see you again. I was just looking at, it's been a while since I last visited. So, yeah, definitely when things get back to normal, I'd love to come and say hello to the team and everyone down there as well.
I think it was 2012 that you were last here.
No. It only seems like yesterday, Graham. It shows you how quickly time goes.
Okay, if the claims are true, there are serious implications of her ability to continue fulfilling her responsibility. There was a tweet that I responded to sometime this week, where I said, it's just now they're setting the foundation for things. Later on, you're gonna hear, she's crazy, she's that. You know, they always go to the mental, all right? The UK, when they start attacking you, they start attacking you based on the mental. You're not well, you're not this. Okay, so they're setting the stage for her. Right, so there's this. Let me block this thing. I can't stand this guy. Okay, it's interesting to say the least that it's been disclosed that Chuck's nuts are swollen and probably removed due to prostate cancer. No info on Kate's abdomen. Okay, reading this summary about the Sussexes, I can only think that God writes correctly on Cook's line. Harry and Meghan are too big to live on an island. The right path was the USA, where they are and are able to expand their knowledge in areas of activity and creativity. Okay, some times ago I predicted that between 2023 and 2027 women will need serious help, and the only one who will be able to help will be Harry. I'm wondering if William will ask Harry for help. With everything that is now happening, maybe my prediction is closer than I thought. Okay, looks like she is in hospital since 28th of December. No word until this week. Yeah, because now that the word was out, that's when he showed that he's going to the hospital to get some sort of a praise or something. The tabloid was writing about that. Okay, I wonder. Okay, so that's that. Looks like she is in the hospital since 28th of December. No words until this week about the planned surgery. Believe not one word. Wonder if there is something else. In this abusive family, nothing will surprise me. Only a guess. The fact don't fit. Okay, bravo for exposing all these facts. May I quote your royal description, as it is excellent. Okay, so very factual and well written research. Okay, so what is that? Travelers. Okay, these are amazing achievement. That's an ad. So let's go to the next tweet. Wow, that was a long thread. And then I put my commentation and commentary. All right, next tweet. Okay, so this is a TikTok video. Okay, God don't like ugly. So this one is 1 minute and 5 seconds. So there will be some screenshot. Okay, why was Kate Middleton hospitalized? Let's listen.
God ain't a fan, and he does not like ugly. She should have been nice to Meghan.
Exactly.
And this sounds serious. Hold on to your crowns, because I have some royal news coming for you. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has checked into a London hospital, and it looks like she'll be rocking a hospital gown for the next 10 to 14 days. And the royal family really likes to gaslight the public. They're saying she went for a planned abdominal surgery. And I can't help but notice how she's been looking like the size of a pencil lately. Sadly.
Okay, a lot of people have been saying that. Okay, on Twitter with pictures of her and all of that. But the tabloid is saying something completely different. But under some of the screenshots, you hear people saying she needs to eat, she did this, then that. But whatever, it's like the tabloid wants to think for people, and what you see you should not believe is what they tell you you should believe.
Her public duties will have to wait until after Easter, they're saying. We all need to send her wishes of a speedy recovery and a superhero-like strength. 2 weeks in a recovery room? Sounds not right. Are we sure she's not in a psych ward or something?
There's that. You see, like I said, they always go to the mental aspect in the UK. So she's not wrong there. Okay, they never stop, do they? I almost feel for Megs having such a wicked fan base. What? But they're telling the truth. This is the thing here. You would have thought, this is why sometimes I don't bother talking about her, but we're looking out for her. So at least the institution later on don't come with their nonsense. Even though her mother and her uncle didn't come to Megan's rescue, but whatever, cry harder. There's that here. Okay, word on the vine, eating disorder. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So let's move on. Let me leave that alone. I'm drifting away. Next one. I have one more after this. Okay, if the newspaper hadn't reported, would you have noticed that Charles and Kate weren't around? Okay, let's pray that they are both okay. This is the thing. They want the sympathy. Remember, around this time, that was leading to Harry's award, which was the living legend of aviation. So they wanted people to feel sorry. Maybe Kate was really sick, but the one with Charles was to cover up for Kate things. Okay, there's probably more to the Kate issue, but him saying he's going for the prostate to overshadow that one. These people are ridiculous. All right, there's that here. Kate to spend up to 2 weeks in hospital and won't return to public life until Easter after abdominal surgery. King will undergo corrective procedures on enlarged prostate next week as Monarch cancel engagement. All right, so it seems like she was in the hospital before that. Okay, Warren, they focus on Andrew, the abuser. Good question. Only when the ribbons factory started to close down. Just thousands of unopened building covered in dusty ribbon. Okay, I only pray for genuine causes. They are genuine grifters. Does that count? Alright, so there's that. As the saying goes, behold, the field where my F grows, 'tis barren. What is that now? Royal whacked by Kate Apt. She's in hospital 2 weeks, no duties for 3 months, and prostate for King. So weird that people aren't whacked by this news. It's like people have lives and real things going on they care about. Everyone will have noticed he's blessed. Okay, he's blessed them. Hope they are back on royal duty soon. What will you have noticed was different first? All right, so let's go to the next one. I said Kate's topic. What is that? This is my last one. Okay, this along with other articles in the last couple of days has led me to the frightening conclusion that the UK has been turned into a massive insane asylum and I'm trapped with the inmates. Can anybody vouch for me and try to get me out of here? Alright, Liz John. This feels personal. The news Kate is in a hospital has hit me like a young member of my family has been struck down. Okay, there was a tweet that I came across. I put it on my community board. Go read it. It's someone who, I believe it was an article. Alright, come to Canada. The Twitter comments on this hysteria is actually quite funny. They make their own favorite. It's a parody. I usually don't comment on her or her husband as I simply do not care, but this has been quite something. It feels like Karen's armies is now writing the royal stories. Alright, let me just stop now. Okay, so these are some of the comments. Phew, these people are fully bonkers. Okay, so let's pray. You know what, let's leave this alone. I have no prayer for her. Whatever God wants, that's it. God have eyes. Alright, so that's that. Okay, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. So these are all videos that just came live now. Right now it's 6:15. So I need to edit some videos for Archewell Team Sussex. No, yeah, that one that I'm talking, and PYTE and our part of service. All right, so that is it. Thank you for your support.